This isn't just training camp. This is a battlefield. And right now in Tampa Bay, careers are on the line. Some players are fighting for one last shot. Others are rewriting their story in real time. And one forgotten wide receiver? He's got nothing left to lose and everything to prove. Buckle up, Buccaneers fans, because what's happening at camp right now could change this team forever. What's up, Buccaneers fans? This one's for the diehards. This isn't your typical camp update. This is a raw, emotional, real look at players who are fighting for their lives in the NFL. Right now, at Advent Health Training Center, something intense is unfolding. We're not just seeing drills and playbooks. We're watching second chances, career comebacks, and final opportunities unfold in real time. We're talking about players on the edge, guys who've been counted out, players whose futures are hanging by a thread, and this training camp is their shot at NFL redemption. Let's start with a story that captures just how brutal and yet beautiful this league can be. There's a wide receiver in camp right now, someone who once had real hype around his name. A fourth-round pick, not just a throwaway selection. That's a round where teams believe they're getting a true contributor. That's a pick made with hope and expectation. But football doesn't care about potential. If you can't stay healthy, if you can't make plays when you're called on, the league moves on fast. And for this guy, injuries hit hard. His time with his first team ended not with a breakout season, but with a trip to injured reserve and eventually a release. That could have been the end. For most players, it would have been. But he's still here. Still showing up. Still running routes. Still chasing that dream. He landed briefly in Jacksonville, but even there, things didn't click. He suited up for games, but barely showed up in the stat sheet. No catches, no highlights, no buzz. You see, it's not just about talent in this league. It's about fit, about timing, about getting the chance to prove yourself before the clock runs out. And now, that chance is here, in Tampa Bay. Why now? Because sometimes, opportunity comes through chaos. With rookie linebacker David Walker now on injured reserve, roster spots are suddenly opening. The Bucs need help. They need depth at multiple positions. And sometimes, that's all it takes. One injury, one roster shift, and suddenly the door opens for a forgotten player to walk through. And this receiver? He's ready. Not because the path has been easy, but because he's refused to quit. Buccaneers fans, let's talk. Do you believe in second chances? Drop a name in the comments. Who's your favorite NFL redemption story? And rate your confidence in this year's Buccaneers roster from 1 to 10. Let's show the league that Buccaneer Nation always stands behind its fighters. Let's talk about the man in the spotlight, Jacob Harris. He's 28 years old, running out of chances, and fighting like hell to prove he still belongs. This isn't just another camp body. This is a wide receiver on a mission. Harris was drafted by the Los Angeles Rams back in 2021. At the time, he was seen as a project with crazy potential, size, speed, athleticism. He had it all, but the one thing he couldn't beat? Injuries. They kept coming, and every time he started to climb, he'd get knocked right back down. It's been a painful, frustrating journey, filled with setbacks, surgeries, and silent sidelines. But now, in 2025, Jacob Harris has landed in Tampa Bay. And this might be his final shot. And here's the thing. This is exactly the kind of low-risk, high-reward move that smart teams make. The Bucs didn't have to break the bank. They didn't promise him a starting role. But they saw something, the fire, the hunger, the potential that never truly went away. Jacob Harris is not just here to fill space. He's here to fight. And his skill set could be perfect for this offense. He's tall, he's explosive, and he has that basketball background that makes him deadly in the red zone. Think about it, tight spaces, jump balls, short yardage. That's where Harris can thrive. That's where he becomes a problem. And while the receiver room in Tampa is already stacked, we all know injuries happen. Special packages get drawn up, roles shift, and when that happens, guys like Harris can change games. But just when we thought this was the big camp storyline, boom, something even bigger started unfolding. And it's happening on the other side of the ball. We're talking about a veteran pass rusher, a name that had people curious, but not hyped. Someone who came in with questions, doubts, and a contract that looked like a prove-it deal. But in just a few weeks, he's flipped the entire script. He's not just performing. He's dominating. He's becoming a leader, a tone setter, a difference maker on a defense that needed a spark. And now, everyone is talking about Hassan Reddick. Let's be real, the Bucs' pass rush has been a weak spot lately. But what Reddick is doing right now, it's blowing away expectations. He's not just fitting into Todd Bowles' defense, he's mastering it. Fast. Learning a new defensive system usually takes months, sometimes years. But Reddick has picked it up like he's been here forever. He's already teaching younger players, pointing guys into position, leading film sessions. That's not normal. That's elite football IQ. And here's where it gets really scary for opposing offenses. Reddick is playing for his next contract. That means he's more focused, more motivated, and more dangerous than ever. He's angry about how last season ended. He's hungry to remind the league who he is. And when a guy with that kind of skill walks into your building with a chip on his shoulder, you better watch out. The physical shape he showed up in? Top tier. The mental sharpness? Locked in. And when a coach like Todd Bowles says he loves where Reddick is mentally and physically, that's a massive green flag. This is the kind of veteran who doesn't just make plays, he elevates the entire defense. And that, my friends, is how championship culture is built. Bucs fans, how big of an impact do you think Hassan Reddick will have this season? Will he lead the team in sacks? Will he earn a new deal? And what about Jacob Harris? Do you think this is his last shot, or is a comeback brewing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear your boldest predictions right now. Just a year ago, Hassan Reddick's future was full of question marks. Now, he's the heartbeat of the Buccaneers' defense. After a messy contract holdout and a tough ending last season, nobody expected him to walk into Tampa and completely take over training camp. But here he is, locked in, leading by example, and earning praise from Todd Bowles for his football IQ, leadership, and elite conditioning. 4 straight seasons of 11-plus sacks? That's not luck. That's greatness backed by work. But now he's more than just a pass rusher. He's a tone setter. And just as Reddick is rising, another veteran in Tampa Bay is standing at the edge of a cliff. His name? Jamel Dean. This story isn't about potential anymore. It's about survival. Dean was once seen as the future of the Bucs' secondary. Big, fast, and loaded with talent. But in the NFL, talent alone doesn't save you. He's missed 9 games in the last 2 years, played less than 50% of defensive snaps in others. That's not just unlucky, that's career-threatening. And with rookie Benjamin Morrison breathing down his neck, Dean's job isn't just on the line, his entire career is. The Bucs could save over $11 million if they move on. That's a brutal reality. But here's where this story turns. Instead of giving up, Dean went all in. He changed his diet. He changed his recovery routine. He changed the way he trains and prepares. He's not making excuses. He's owning it. And for the first time in a long time, he looks like a man who knows this might be his last shot to prove he belongs. But there's still one piece missing: playmaking. Dean has only 8 interceptions from 52 pass deflections since 2019. That's not good enough. Getting to the ball isn't the problem. Finishing the play is. And in today's NFL, that's the difference between starting on Sundays and watching from the sideline. Now, with a hungry rookie chasing his spot and the front office watching closely, Jamel Dean's every rep in camp feels like a final exam. Will he rise, or will he fade into memory? This is the defining battle of his career. If you believe in redemption, drop a comment for Dean. If you're riding with Morrison, let us know. This cornerback war is just getting started. This is not just another season for Jamel Dean. This is survival. He's not hiding from the truth anymore. Dean knows he hasn't lived up to what he's capable of. He knows the missed chances, the dropped picks, the health questions, they've all added up. And now, it's do or die. But here's the difference. He's not waiting around for things to magically change. Dean has changed everything: his diet, his training, his recovery. Even the way he studies film. He's not just showing up and hoping it works out. He's putting in the extra reps, the extra hours, the extra fight. Before practice, while others are stretching, Dean is catching balls from awkward angles, working on reaction, timing, ball skills, because it's not just about batting the ball away anymore. He wants takeaways. He's working on punching the ball out, catching interceptions, doing the hard things that change games. Why? Because every snap could be his last. The Bucs can save over $11 million by moving on after this season. That's a cold, hard fact. So Dean is basically auditioning for his future every day, every drill, every rep. Some players crack under that kind of pressure. But others, they use it like rocket fuel. Right now, we're seeing a man who refuses to let his story end in disappointment. He's building new habits. He's not hoping to get lucky. He's trying to earn it. But Dean isn't the only one with something to prove. Jacob Harris is still grinding for his shot. Hassan Reddick, already exceeding expectations as a leader and a monster on defense. And all across this Bucs roster, it's a firestorm of players who know the truth. This might be their last chance. That's what makes this training camp different. It's not just about football anymore. It's about survival, redemption, legacy. From castoffs clawing their way back, to veterans chasing one more shot at glory, to rising stars hungry to prove they belong, this camp is war. And if the Bucs can turn all that desperation into discipline, into dominance, then this could be the team no one sees coming. Now it's your turn. Buccaneers fans, who do you believe will rise above it all? Will Dean lock down his spot? Will Reddick lead the charge? Drop your take in the comments and let us know who you think is about to shock the world.